everyone, I am Ariel Lim and this is Ariel Lim Yoga. So you know who I am, you know what you're doing. Thank you for joining me on the mat today for yoga, twists, and triangles. Today's practice will be a solar plexus focus practice. We'll be working the core. As the name implies, we'll be doing some twists, we'll be doing some triangle postures, and we'll have a lot of fun. It'll be a quick, spicy little flow. So we'll find a seated position on our mat, any seated position of choice, sitting down firmly, letting the sits bones rest on the mat, maybe moving the fleshy parts of the booty to the side if necessary to get that nice connection with the mat. Sit up nice and tall, long line of energy from the base of the spine up through the crown. We'll relax the shoulders back and down, resting our palms on our knees here. Taking a nice deep inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Another nice big inhale through the nose and exhale to settle into our practice here. On our next inhale, we'll lift the arms up and overhead, reaching towards the ceiling. Maybe you wiggle the fingertips and look up towards the sky. And then we'll lower the right hand beside us and reach up and overhead with the left for a nice side body stretch, starting to wake up the side body, the core. Maybe you gaze up at the sky, taking a nice deep inhale, exhale, and then we'll come back up to center, reaching up towards the sky once again. And then we'll lower to the left, reaching over with the right fingertips, getting a nice side body stretch on the right. Maybe we gaze up at the right arm or the sky. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to center, reaching up and overhead once again. And then we'll take a twist to the right, our first twist of the practice. Resting our left hand on the outside of the right knee or thigh. Planting the right fingertips behind us, taking a nice big inhale to lift and lengthen that spine, and exhale to twist, gazing over the right shoulder. Inhale, exhale, maybe you take your twist just a little bit further, and then we'll come back to center, reaching up and overhead before twisting to the left this time. Inhale to find space in that spine, sit up nice and tall, and exhale to twist, gazing over the left shoulder this time. Inhaling, maybe you find a little bit more space, and exhale, take your twists a little bit further. And then we'll come back to center, make our way to a tabletop position in the center of our mats here. Make sure your fingers are spread nice and wide, your wrists are below the shoulders, the knees below the hips. And we're gonna move into some thread the needle movements here. So we're gonna, on an inhale, lift our right arm up, reaching towards the sky. And exhale to bring that right shoulder and ear to the mat, bringing the right hand behind the left. Inhale. Come back up, reaching up towards the sky with the right fingertips. And exhale to thread the needle. 2 more times. Inhale, reaching up, opening the body, opening the chest. Exhale, bringing that shoulder to the mat. 1 more time, we'll inhale to reach up towards the sky with those right fingertips. And exhale to thread the needle. We'll stay for 1 full cycle of breath, taking a nice deep inhale, filling the body, and exhale completely. And then we'll inhale to come back up to our tabletop position. We'll do that on the other side. So on an inhale, we'll rise those left fingertips up towards the sky, and exhale to bring the left arm down, thread the needle. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, thread the needle. 2 more times. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. open up the chest. Exhale, thread the needle. One more, you've got this. Reaching and exhale to thread the needle. Take a nice full deep breath here. Stay for the exhale. And then we'll come back up to our tabletop position. From here, we're going to tuck our toes and lift our hips up and back for downward facing dog. Begin to take your dog for a walk here, lifting and lowering the heels, waking up the calves, the hamstrings. Maybe you nod yes, shake no, and then we'll bring our big toes to touch and extend our right leg up and back before stepping between the hands, bending into the front knee, bringing our knee above our ankle, pivoting that back foot so it's parallel with the short edge of our mat. And we'll cartwheel our arms up into a warrior two position. In your warrior two, make sure that your head is stacked above your heart over your hips, relaxing the shoulders down, reaching out with the fingertips on either side, gazing over the front two fingers. Inhale, exhale, staying strong in your warrior two for a moment. Before we straighten this front leg and lower our right hand outside of our right foot, reaching up with our left fingertips for our triangle pose, Trikonasana, our first triangle of the practice. Maybe we gaze up at those left fingertips, or maybe you gaze down at the mat for stability. Inhale, keeping those hips lifted, the chest open. And exhale, we'll bend back into this front knee and come back up to our warrior two. Begin to reach forward with the right fingertips, flip the palm and paint the sky. Bringing the hand up and back, resting the left hand gently on the left thigh, or reverse warrior. Maybe you gaze up at your arm at the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, come back to warrior two. Before we straighten the front leg and bring our left hand outside of our right foot, reaching up with the right hand for a revolved triangle. Try to keep your hips lifted here. Maybe gaze up at those right fingertips. Inhale. And exhale to plant the palms, pivot on that back foot, and step up to a forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Nice flat back here. And exhale to fold. And then we'll step back to a downward facing dog. Great job, everyone. We'll do that on the left. So we'll bring our big toes to touch. Extend the left leg up and back. Before we bring our foot in between the hands, pivot that back foot so it's parallel with the back edge of the mat. Keep your left knee over the left ankle and cartwheel those arms into your warrior two on the left. Keeping your head above your heart above your hips, extending the fingertips out on either side, relaxing the shoulders, gazing over those left fingertips. Inhale and exhale, feeling power coming up through those feet, extending out through the arms. And then we'll straighten this front leg, reaching our left hand outside of our left foot, reaching up with the right fingertips, keeping the hips lifted for Trikonasana or triangle pose on this side. Inhale and exhale, making our way back into warrior two. Begin to reach forward with the left fingertips, flip the palm, and lift the arm up and back for your reverse warrior here. Gently resting the right hand on the right thigh. Maybe you gaze up at the sky, keeping that nice bend in the front leg. Inhale. Exhale back to warrior two before we straighten the front leg and bring our right hand outside of the left foot and twist to the left, bringing our left fingertips up to the sky. Keep the hips lifted in your revolved triangle. Remembering to take nice big inhale. And exhale to lower the left hand down to the mat. Pivot on that right foot and step up. Forward fold. The front of your mat. Maybe you clasp opposite elbows here. Swaying side to side. Maybe you take a moment of stillness. Maybe you nod the head yes. Shake the head no. Releasing the low back. Taking a moment to breathe. And then we'll release the hands and step back into our downward facing dog. Beautiful. Pedal it out. If you need to take a break, pause now. Take child's pose. If you're ready to keep flowing, we'll bring our big toes to touch and extend the right leg up and back. Three-legged dog. And then we'll bring the right knee to the right elbow. Take it up and back. Bring the right knee to the left elbow. Take it up and back. We'll bring our right knee to our chest. And then we'll step between the hands. Stay on the back toe. Bend into the front knee and come up for a high lunge. The palms will meet in prayer and come down to heart center. And then we'll take a twist to the right. So we'll bring our left elbow outside of our right knee for a nice prayer twist here. Stay strong in that back foot, strong in the front foot, keeping the front knee over the elbow, open the chest, maybe you gaze up at the sky. Inhale, exhale, come back to center, and then we'll straighten this front leg, step about half a foot forward, maybe bringing our foot to a 45-degree angle for our pyramid pose, and then we'll hinge at the hips here. Inhale and exhale. Maybe you fold completely, letting the hands fall to the mat or to the ankle. Take a nice deep breath here. And exhale. Maybe you fold just a little deeper. And then we'll bend into this front ankle, pivot on the back foot, and step up to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Slowly begin your journey up to a mountain posture, one vertebra at a time. And then we'll take our hands up and overhead, the hands meet in prayer, and come down to heart center. From here, keep your feet about hips distance apart or maybe a little bit closer. We'll begin to sit back as if we were going into Uttanasana, or chair pose. And then we'll twist over to the left, bringing that right elbow outside of the left knee for a chair twist. Inhale here, and exhale. Remembering to breathe as we hold for 5. Maybe sink a little deeper. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then we'll step back to a plank or modified plank, lowering all the way to the belly. We'll bring our hands and our elbows outside of our ribs and lift up for cobra. Inhale and exhale to come back up to a downward facing dog. Pedaling it out if you need to, or enjoying a brief moment of stillness. You're doing a great job. We have one more flow, and then we'll take it down and close out our practice. We'll bring our big toes to touch. Extend the left leg up and back this time. And then we'll bring that left knee to the left elbow. Take it back. We'll bring that left knee to the right elbow. Take it back up, 3-legged dog. Then we'll bring our left knee to the chest and step between the hands. coming up for a high lunge. Our hands will meet in prayer, come down to heart center, and then we'll take our twist to the left. So we'll bring our right elbow outside of our left knee, twisting here, staying strong in our front leg and our back leg, maybe gazing up at the sky. Inhale and exhale. We'll come back to center. We'll straighten this front leg, step up about half a foot, pivoting our foot so it's about a 45-degree angle for our pyramid pose. Inhale and exhale, beginning to hinge at the hips, squaring our chest with the front of the room for our pyramid. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you fold, bringing the hands to frame the front foot or to the ankle. Inhale, exhale, maybe you fold a little deeper in your pyramid. Beautiful. Now we'll pivot on that back foot, bend into the front knee, and step up for a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, and then we'll root to rise slowly, coming up one vertebra at a time. Before we reach our arms up and overhead, the palms meet, and come down to heart center. Bringing our feet about hips distance or a little bit closer, we'll begin to sit back, bringing our tailbone down to the mat for chair pose. And then we'll twist to the right, bringing that left elbow outside of the right knee in our twist. Inhale and exhale as you continue to breathe in your chair pose for 5. Maybe you sink a little further. 4, 3, 2, 1. We forward fold here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. We'll step back into a plank or modified plank. Come all the way to the belly. Lift up for cobra pose here. Opening the chest. Inhale. Then exhale back to downward facing dog. We'll say goodbye to our down dog. Taking a moment to pedal it out and feel that beautiful alignment of our spine, our chakras aligned. And then we'll bring our knees down to the mat, cross our ankles, sitting back and extending our legs out in front of us. We'll bend into this right knee, bringing it up by the thigh, tenting our right fingertips behind us. We'll lift our left arm up and overhead and take a twist to the right, bringing that left elbow outside of the right knee. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to the center, extending the right knee, right leg, bending that left leg. And we'll do the same thing on this side, tenting the left fingertips behind us, reaching up with that right arm. Inhale. And then we'll twist to the left, bringing the right elbow outside the right knee. Inhale to lift and lengthen. And exhale. Moving into our twist. Beautiful. And then we'll come back to center. We'll bring our right foot to meet our left. Maybe bringing our feet forward just a little bit. Scooting our hips towards our feet and lowering ourselves to our mat. Giving ourselves just a quick hug here. Maybe rocking side to side on the low back. Before we plant our feet on the mat, about hips distance apart. We want our low back flush with the mat, bringing our feet until we can feel our fingertips brush our heels, palms facing down. And on an inhale, we'll begin to lift our hips for our bridge pose, keeping a nice straight line from the knee to the hips. Imagining we had a block between our hips here. And if you want a little more, you could bring your hands underneath to interlace, bringing the shoulders underneath, popping that chest open. Inhale and exhale to lower. 1, vertebra at a time. We'll give ourselves a nice big hug here. And then we'll extend the left knee down, hugging our right knee into our chest. And then taking our final set of twists here, we'll bring our right knee over to the left for our supine twist, extending the right arm out, gazing at the right fingertips or up at the sky. Inhale and exhale. Enjoying this beautiful twist, bringing out the spine. One more nice big inhale. And exhale, we'll come back to center, give ourselves a little squeeze, and then we'll extend the right leg out, hugging that left leg in towards our chest, and then slowly guiding it over to the right. Taking our final twist, reaching with the left hand out to our side, gazing at the left hand or up at the sky. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. We'll come back to center and give ourselves one final big hug before making our way to Shavasana or to a nice comfortable seated position, keeping our eyes closed, palms facing up. Inhale, a nice full deep breath through the nose. And exhale to let it all go. One nice deep inhale, taking in all this beautiful energy we've cultivated on the mat today. Exhaling anything that no longer serves you. One nice deep full inhale here. And exhale to let the weight of your body completely relax into your mat. Taking a few minutes to yourself to reflect and to breathe. Returning to your natural breath. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, turning over onto whichever side feels good today, using your arm as a pillow. Taking a moment to reflect on your practice, taking a moment to extend gratitude to yourself for coming to the mat today. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is come to the mat, and you made it. And you made it through this practice, so good job. Slowly begin to make your way into a comfortable seat, the eyes closed or the gaze lowered. Taking a nice big inhale, we'll lift the arms up and overhead. The hands will meet in prayer. And exhale the hands to heart center. Opening our eyes. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today for this quick twists and triangles practice. I hope you had a lot of fun. I hope your core feels good. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. As always, from my heart to yours, namaste.